Hello guys! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. In today's lesson, meron ulit tayong mathematical problem na nanggagaling sa Battle of the Brains Grand Finals 1994 College Division. And here's the question. P varies inversely as Q. The value of Q is 2/3 when the value of P is 1/2. What is the value of Q when P is 3? Ma-encounter nyo yung tanong na yan sa grade 9 math nyo second quarter. Okay? In order to get this, we will take the formula of the inverse proportionality, which is P equal to K over Q. K is the constant. The word itself, constant, hindi po siya nagbabago. Okay, tingnan natin yung unang given dito. The value of P is 1/2, so substitute natin yan. Is equal to K, lapag lang natin yung K in order to get it. Q is equal to 2/3. So how will we get the value of K, the constant? We will just simply multiply 1/2 sa denominator, right? By 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. 2/6 is not simplified, so let's make this as a simplest form, which is 1/3. Kaya the value of K is 1/3. I-box natin yan. Eh paano to? Nag-iba ang value ng P. Substitute ulit natin. 3 is equal to the constant. What is the constant ulit? Ano value ng constant? Very good. It's 1/3. 3 is equal to 1/3 over Q. Paano natin makakuha ang value ng Q? First, i-multiply lang muna natin ang denominator, which is the variable only, at saka ang P. So, 3 times Q is 3Q is equal to 1/3. So, para natin makuha ang value ng Q, mapapansin naman natin may nakalabas na number rito, which is 3. Ilalagay natin siya rito by dividing it. Divided into 3. So, if we're able to take the solution of that, 1/3 will be multiplied to 1/3 kapag na-reciprocate ang 3. Kasi ang reciprocation ng 3 ay 1/3 or 1/3. Okay? So, 1/3 times 1/3 is equal to 1/9. So, the value of Q is 1/9. I hope you learned something new. It's me, Bernardo Escorial. Stacker out. Hello guys! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. In today's lesson, meron ulit tayong difficult question na nanggagaling sa Quarterly Finals 1997 ng Battle of the Brains. So the question here is, what would you get if you multiply 5 square root of 3 subtracted by 3 square root of 2 by 3 square root of 3 plus 5 square root of 2? Bale, ang advantage sa tanong na ito, nakasimplify na lahat ng mga radicals. Mapapansin naman natin na each term sa power parentheses ay magkakaiba ang mga terms. We will use the FOIL method. Umpisan muna natin dito sa first term, imumultiply natin dito. Then, after nito, imumultiply naman natin dito. So, let's take 5 square root of 3 multiplied by 3 square root of 3. So what we're going to do here, we will just simply multiply the whole number, which is 15. Since pares lang naman sila na square root, they are both like terms, we will just remove the radical sign. So maging kalabasan dito ay 15 multiplied by 3. So 15 times 3 is equal to 45. So sa second, 5 square root of 3 multiplied by the 5 square root of 2, which is the outer term. Outer term tawag yan. So, what we're going to do here, ilapag lang natin. 5 square root of 3. Ayan. 5. May hindi naintindihan. 5 square root of 2. So, same as dito, we will just simply multiply the whole number, which is 25, and put the radical sign. Kasi, they're not like terms. So what we're going to do here, we will just simplify kung ano yung nasa loob ng radical sign. So 3 times 2 is 6. So ito yung sagot dito sa outer term. 25 with the square root of 6. Okay? And now, we will move on dito sa inner term. Ito. So, let's get the inner term. Lagyan natin yung letter I. So, let's put negative 3 by the square root of 2 multiply by 3 square root of 3. Naintindihan ko sa camera. Ayan, good. So, what we're going to do now, we will just multiply the whole number. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Same as dito, since magkaiba sila ng radical, they're not like terms, we will just simply put the radical sign. 2 times 3 is 6. So, ito po yung sa inner term. And lastly, ito naman, negative 3 square root of 2 multiplied by 5 square root of 2. So, lagay natin yung last. Okay, let's put negative 3 square root of 2 multiplied by 5 square root of 2. So, mapapansin naman natin na parehas ulit ang loob ng radical sign. So, what we're going to do now, we will just simply multiply negative 3 sa 5, which is negative 15. Dahil parehas to, we will just remove the radical sign. So, this will be negative 15 times 2. It will be equal to negative 30. Add these things down. This will be 45 plus 25 by the square root of 6. Subtract by 9, square root of 6, minus 30. Ayan, ihati natin. Bam. Okay? So, what we're going to do here naman, we will just combine like terms. So, para mailagay natin na maayos, we will just simply put the parenthesis sign. So, 45 minus 30, since pares silang walang radical sign, ito yung like terms. Plus, 25 square root of 6, radical sign, subtract by 9, square root of 6. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we will just simply subtract 45 minus 30, which is 15, plus 25 square root of 6 minus 9 square root of 6. Since pares lang naman sila ng radical sign, they can be divided. So, ang maging kalabasan dito, 25 minus 9, which is 16. Ilapag lang natin ang square root of 6. So, ito ang final answer sa tanong na ito. I hope you learned something new. It's me, Bernardo Estorial. Stacker out. Good day everyone! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. And meron ulit tayo mathematical problem na nanggagaling sa Battle the Brains College Division Difficult Round. And the question here is, the maximum number of regions on a plane produced by 3 intersection lines is 7. By 4 intersecting lines, 11 regions, what is the maximum number of regions produced by 6 intersecting lines? So basically, need natin kunin ang general formula ng maximum number of regions by taking regions as R is equal to N, which means intersecting lines with the quantity of N plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Yan po ang gagamitan natin formula for the rest of this video. So makikita naman at sa tanong na merong binigay na dalawang example. Kaya ang gagawin natin, we will just verify it if this is correct para mas maintindihan nyo. Okay? Makikita na sa first example na sa tatlong intersection lines, 7 ang maximum number of regions. So, tingnan natin. By taking R, i-substitute natin yung N, which is 3, with a quantity of 3 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So, let's take this up. 3, 4. R is equal to 3 times 4 over 2 plus 1. And ibaba ulit natin, since sabi ko ni sagot, 12 over 2 plus 1. So, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So, let's bring down R is equal to 6 plus 1. And the region is equal to 7. Kaya, the first example is correct. Okay, let's take another one. I-box lang natin tong formula. Ayan. So, let's take another one. Ito pala. By 4 intersecting lines, 11 regions ang makuhang maximum number. Okay, by substituting again the N, when taking region is equal to the intersecting line, which is 4. by the quantity of 4 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 as well. Okay? We will just add the parenthesis. R is equal to 4 multiplied by 5 over 2 plus 1, and 4 times 5 is 20 over 2 plus 1. 20 divided by 2 is basically 10. 10 plus 1. Kaya the final answer for this is 11. The maximum number of regions is equal to 11. Kaya the second example as well is correct. Now, what is the maximum number of regions produced by 6 intersecting lines? Okay, maglagay tayo ng harang dito. Yan. Okay? By taking 6 as N. Okay, umpisa muna natin sa R. R is equal to 6, the quantity of 6 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Okay, add muna natin yung parenthesis. 6 plus 1, 7. So, 6 multiplied by 7 over 2 plus 1. I-multiply naman natin. 6 times 7 is 42 over 2 plus 1. Okay, dugtong naman natin dito. 42 divided by 2. Very good, it's 21. Okay, so R, the region is equal to 21 plus 1. Kaya the final answer for the maximum number of regions sa 6 intersecting lines is 22. So I hope you learned something new. It's me, Bernardo Escorial. Stacker out.